What did you think, Dom, first of all, when you heard about Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, they're going back and forth on social media, and that actually this thing could be a real fight, according to Dana White?
I think it's couldn't be more healthy. I think that, people getting out their aggressions in a safe space like that is very healthy. I think we all have that in us. That's why fighting is such a special thing to the whole world. It's the fastest growing sport in the world, being mixed martial arts and being the UFC, for a reason. It's because everybody has fight in them. And these two guys ready to match up proves it.
I think most people have seemed to be excited and said, hey, I would definitely watch this thing. I think you have some people who might consider themselves purists who say, hey, they shouldn't be fighting. It's disrespectful to martial arts. You buy into any of that stuff? I'm kind of like, hey, it's entertaining and I'd like to watch it. So
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if you're going to say, all right, this is going to be the highest level of sport and we're going to call it that, that might be disrespectful, but nobody's saying that. This is just fun. This is just making fun and letting people get, their aggressions out and their differences in a healthy way rather than just making each other wrong and not hearing each other. And then that's the end of it. Well, you can both agree to disagree and then still get it out at the end of it and have cordial terms. I mean, I've had so many rivalries with people where at the end of the rivalry, you feel great. We still don't necessarily wouldn't go have a soda together, but we understand one another. And I see that's what's coming for Musk and Zuckerberg if they get to get down like that in the octagon.
it's so funny you say that. I was just looking at a picture of you and Cody together, and I was thinking back to some of that trash talk, and then to see you guys actually pose and be cordial at the very least. I think that's a great point. Talk to me about the size difference, Dom. That's one of the things that we were told has been somewhat of a hold up here, is that Elon Musk he's like 6 inches taller and something like 40 pounds heavier. Exhibition fight, obviously, so it could be made. What do you make about the size difference? I will say Zuckerberg's 39 and Musk is 51, so he's got the age advantage.
5'7" versus 6'1", 39 versus 51. Who is the one that's saying that it's a 40-pound advantage and it's a size difference? Which one of those two people is the one saying that? Would be my first question.
I would unclear. I would believe, though, it would be Zuckerberg, right, giving up the 40 pounds.
Well, who's saying that? Is that a fact, or are we interpreting that, to be honest? Because I don't know.
Yeah, no. So we'll put it like this. So a source told us that the weight is an obstacle, but did not get any more specific into exactly what they said.
Well, this is where it starts to get fun, because if you watch Zuckerberg, all he's doing is jiu-jitsu, and he's got he's actually spoken outwardly about how everybody should practice Brazilian jiu-jitsu and whatnot. Well, that's the art that took away weight being a thing. That's where he started. So if he's really as confident in jiu-jitsu as he's saying, then he would not be using weight as an obstacle, to be honest.
Right.
In wrestling, if it was a wrestling match, that is an obstacle. This is what's known in martial arts. And as somebody in Zuckerberg, who's as smart as he is, he's done the research to know that there's absolute divisions in Brazilian jiu-jitsu where there's no weight class, and black belts go versus other black belts without weight, and the smaller man wins often. And Gracie, the beginning of this whole thing, the beginning of the UFC, started with Gracie beating larger men with submissions. So he knows all this. So if he's using the 40 pounds as a disadvantage, it sounds a little scary to me.
That is a great point. That is an incredible point. Could Elon get to a point, say they did the fight in 6 months, could he get to a point where he could handle himself on the ground and not, wind up in a Mark Zuckerberg armbar or something?
In 6 months, that's an absolute fact, especially if Elon Musk comes and trains and gets working with me a little. I know how to use range and distance better than most.
Would you do it, Don? Let me ask this.
I would coach and train Elon Musk in a heartbeat. I would start with him immediately. I'm a fan of that guy and the things that he's doing for the world and the things that he stands for. So he's a special guy in the world right now. And so I would love to be in his corner to watch him execute martial arts, which brings us all together. That's what this is all about. This is not about separating us. This is about bringing us together through martial arts. What a beautiful thing.
I love it. Right. It's probably a good message for a lot of people out there, right?
That's what we're missing. I think we don't have to just disagree and then leave it at that. You can disagree and make something up and settle it, and still disagree and still respect each other at the end. This is what martial arts is.
I think beautifully said, Dom. I cannot wait. I really do hope that this happens. And
me too.
I hope Elon takes you up on the offer. How cool
Yeah,
would
I
that
hope
be?
so too. And Zuckerberg, good luck, man. He's got that size difference, but don't forget, you've been training, man. Keep that faith. I've beaten bigger guys than me my whole life. You can do it too. You're a feisty little guy. See it.